Hello, my peak aspiring trader. So in this video, in a quick video, I'll show you how to count the contractions. Okay. So for counting contraction, you need 2 points. One is a pivot high, and the other is a pivot low. Okay. PIVAT, pivot high, and a pivot low. These are nothing but swing highs and swing lows. So in this case, this is the swing high. This is swing low. The first one is pretty clear generally, right? So then you measure the distance. You take the measuring tool here and you measure the distance from top to bottom, and you see that it's minus 21%. Now the next one, which is the high, this, and which is the low, this. Now how do I calculate this? You just have to see that which one is the bar which has a high and has two flanking highs which are smaller than that, right? So if you see in this case, the high, which is the number here, is 674.9. This one is 674, which is lower than this high, and the next one is also lower than that high, 669. So this is a pivot point. Similarly, this low is smaller, lower than the previous and the next bar. So this is the swing low. So now if you see, this guy is about 9%, then the next subsequent high to low is about 7%. So until here the VCP is correct. Now the VCP breakout happens here, but the subsequent correction corrects for more than 7%, right? So that means now this is violating VCP rule, because we know that contractions from left to right will decrease and decrease. But if you see that it is higher than -7, but it's smaller than -21. So what we'll do is we will now adjust our VCP and say that this is first contraction, that means T1, and this is second contraction, that means T2. And now the subsequent contractions are smaller than -12, -9, in this case -7. So this is T1, T2, T3, T4. You also see the volume patterns are really good, because when it's coming down with lower volumes, and when it's going up, it's coming out with higher volumes. Now you see when it's nearer to it's already contracted -7%, it is now nearing breakout more and more. Obviously nothing contracts to 1%, at least on a daily time frame. Nothing contracts to close to 0 or 1%. So anything below 10 is a good contraction. So now this VCP eventually broke out on this day, and you see that it was also accompanied by volume. So did this kind of move happen anytime here except the previous uptrend? No. So this was a clear indication that supply has been overcome by this constant demand coming in, and then we had a VCP. Now if you cannot measure the points like I did, which is a possibility, what you can do is just use something called pivot low, pivot high. Okay. Excuse me. So if you use this, so it's an indicator freely available on TradingView. So what it will do is it will mark for you the pivot high and pivot low, and then it becomes very simple, right? So you see this -22%, the same pivots which we marked. Ignore this because, and then the next one from here to here minus. So now it is, you delete this because it's -12 is higher than that, and another one is, this is the high, although it hasn't shown you, that would be the low. And once this broke out, this was the pivot breakout point. Okay, so this is also automatically how you can mark the pivots. So that was the video, guys.